Good morning and welcome. Today I've decided I'm going to start doing some page backgrounds. The first layer, when you have pretty pages to deal with, they all have a white background, and I want to make that go away. I want to do something here before I add any ephemera. So I got out my handy dandy wax paper. This is going to require wax paper for covering and making the papers safe. Love waxed paper, the best. Now, I also went in my drawer that says large stencils. I cut off this piece because I love that design of leaves, and it's bought it years ago from it's made by Plaid, and I got it at AC Moore before they went out of business. That was a definite weep for me. I mean, I really enjoyed getting stuff there. They had some interesting things. Definitely had things that Michaels didn't, and that Hobby Lobby didn't. So I got that out, and I'm happy with it. My old standby. I love these flowers. So, as you can see, it's well used, and it works out quite well on paper, because that's all this is semi-shiny white paper. But I've used it many times, and I believe that the acrylic has built up, and that's why it's so sturdy. I thought for a moment I was going to use this until I laid it down and realized, too big. But it's a background possibility if the color that you would see through it would be pale enough. So let's put that back in the drawer. And this is the stencil, and this is what I removed from it. So let's get that back in the drawer. Now that leaves us with flowers, leaf, and I've chosen the back of this paper, which is heavier weight than this avocado, but I do like the way they work together. So this paper is going to come out, and the avocado paper is going to come out, and this is definitely going back here out of my reach. So these are the sides that we're going to be working on, and I want to move these away for a moment, and let's get the waxed paper going. This is something that I have been using for years, usually when there are some wet supplies involved. So there's one, at least two. It's inexpensive, and you just wad it up and throw it in the bin when you are finished. And I'm going to keep it within reach because I might need some more. So first we'll start with some underneath. And I believe I'm going to begin with this page because I'm thinking I'm just going to use this stencil as a background for both pages, but I'm going to put more and darker on this page. This gets moved around. It says in the fine print that it gets moved around, and I put bits of the flowers here and there. But before we begin anything, this needs a cut. This is going to be cut right along here. And when in doubt, okay. No hard edges on, no hard edges here. And I'm going to just go around there a little bit. And soften this up just a smidge. Okay. And it is important to make sure that the correct end is up. Now I haven't made up my mind. Yes, I don't want the edge in this journal, but this one is going to be milder. There. Okay, this can go aside for a moment. Now, this is the side I'm going to be working on. So this is the side I'm going to cover. There. Ready to go. Yes. Now, the question is, let's put this back for a moment. I've gotten out 2 shades of pink. This is Ceram Coat. I love it because it's not, it doesn't have any shine to it when it dries. I love that. And Ceram Coat Tree Frog, Hydrangea Pink, and Pink Quartz. I'm thinking that since this already has color, and I want this is background, I'm going to use, believe it or not, I'm going to use the lighter one on top of this, so that it shows not much. Because I have another plan for this side. So I'm thinking some of these here and there. What happens after that, I have no idea. Okay, sponges at the ready. Look at that after 2 years. Still has life in its bones. Okay. Yes, okay, so gone. Here we we are. Let's make sure some of these flowers are falling off the page, because I do like that effect. Let's make sure that the sponge is covered. And here we go. Let's do this big one. There. Yes, that's a nice start. And just, oops, let's be careful here. Just, let's have these two here. And now, let's put a nice swish of them right here. We're going to go down this way. Might just be background, but while we're doing it, and stenciling is so much fun. I'd like to use this stencil on fabric for slow stitching. Did you move, or did I miss spots? Now, behave yourself. We get over here. I know what. Where are you? Ouch. There. Let's get you down where you belong. There. Oh, I think the sponge is drying, that's all. Okay. Do this one. Quite enough. This morning, the weather is rather lovely. Sunny, and it might just reach 80 today. We have a duck sitting on 12 eggs over in our side garden, so I went out to visit her. She doesn't particularly like it. I think she thinks it's home invasion. But she's a busy girl. 12 eggs, I knew ducks did quite a few eggs, I didn't know 12. And I to tell you, she took an awful long walk to get over to that spot. Because my husband said he saw her in the house next door last year. All right. Okay. And one more down here. More. Let's be careful. Let's be careful of the sponge. There. And maybe just a few towards this area. Right there in the middle. But let's tilt it around. I never saw a stencil. I didn't want to tilt from the position that the manufacturer thought it should be in. More. More. I think we'll call that done. So, nice background. We can put our collage on top of it. That's all that I see right now. Now, let's get you safe and sound. Go over just a little bit because this is going to be, of course, in the binding. Now, down you go. You over here. You're not cut yet. Almost goofed. Almost. But I was saved. So, we have something started. I didn't like the way that page was doing. So, here. Is that better? Yes. I want that towards the back. This will be the front. But I've already done this, so we'll have to keep it this way. Yes. Don't want anything here. No slips. I was wondering if I mightn't have the leaves up here and then just a few of these flowers in the lighter pink, almost not there. Let's see, this tree frog, it's my go-to. It's my go-to green. Rather bright. I think it will work rather well with this Distress Oxide peeled paint. There, now let's go. Oh, the entire sponge is not painty. Okay, that's better. This color used to be called poison green. Why? I don't know. But definitely not quite chartreuse. It's not yellow enough. do like some of the history of color names. I love puce, and I love poison green, and I love ashes of roses. Okay, now I have to put on my careful hat here. Let's just tuck that down. Is there any coming over? No. Okay, that's going to use as a safe spot. Let's get down. Trim the end off this. That's Carol being frugal. Fresh sponge, lightest color. I don't know whether this is going to work the way I want it to, but we'll see, because I just want a hint, just a little hint. Let's see. Let's just look at this. Oh, maybe there's more to it than I thought there was. Let's go there. Does it show? Yes, vaguely. Very vaguely. I think we'll come around this way and then go back and take our chances up at the top. Whoops, I better take some of my 11Z. There we go. Down the hatch. Let's see where we are now. Good. Just what I wanted. Believe it or not, this is just what I wanted. I just wanted to cut some of the avocado dyed there. And that's safe. Okay. Let me get this one off a little bit. I'm looking at this one and this one right now. And here's two that they've run together. These are so... I hope that I remember at the end I'll show you some of these stencils. They were on sale. They were $20, and I paid $10 for this hoard of paper stencils, and they're gorgeous. I use them and use them. Let's see. Okay, you see that? Just a hint. Now the tricky bit. Oh, I think. This I think that might be worth doing. Okay. There. And here. Right there. Right there. Goodness. One definitely. Need one more here. One small one, smallish. One there. That there. I have this area right here. This is some doings for something that hardly shows. That's okay. There. What torn scraps of paper do is save the plan. There. I think that's it. Let's see. Yes. Where that... Oh, some of this must be oxide. Did you notice it came off on the sponge? Well, we'll cure that. All gone. And the green. Although I'm not sure that I'm going to try to use this sponge again. But you never can tell. So here, let's look and see what we have. Well, those two pages do speak to each other. I want to do one more thing. Used to do a lot of it, and yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Since I cut edges, I might as well continue cutting. Excuse me. I'm going to take that one away. So, you know I'll use that someplace else. I just know it. Although I'm kind of glancing at that other page, but I'm going to leave that for collaging. Now, what are you shaped like? Oh. I love this extra cutting mat. I don't like to, for some reason, although I could, I don't like to cut on my big board. I want grooves, slices. So whatever is back here, I have to think about, and okay. So let's see what what we came up with today. Pages or in here. And here. And today's job. Even if that was showing through, it certainly would be pretty. And now I'm going to, if you ever see these, run, don't walk. There they are. This, believe it or not, was the packet. Let me get these gone over here. I'm going to put those up here in the box for the journal because I just can't resist using them someplace. So here they are. Not this one, of course. It's beautiful. Now, you have to have a reason to have such big stencils. And I did. I used to work on large, journals and pieces of paper. So you've seen this one. And here's another page of these flowers. They are a little bit different because these have centers, and some of these, and I certainly, as you can see, I have used them here and there. Most useful stencil. And I've used this one. Believe it or not, yes I have, and it's lovely. Don't think you're seeing that the way I want you to, so let's do it this way. There. Handy dandy. These came in handy and do, because they are just a wonderful size. They're big, that's all. The only difference is they're big, but boy, when you have a need, they just are wonderful. I used this once and I don't think I'll use it again. It's static, it's hard. Yes, it's hard to me, but I did use it when I was spraying in a spray box, when I was using a spray, inks. I did use that, as you can see. Not my favorite. This one is covered with, heavy gesso, because I used this on the cover of a journal that I made years ago. It looked beautiful with that dimensional look. Very nice. This is like meeting old friends. Never did get to this one. That's okay, I probably won't. But, isn't it pretty? And then some large leaves, which of course, as you can see, I cut. That's the glory of another one of smaller leaves, to be placed around in any way that you might want them. Roses and buds. Haven't used that one. And there are circles here and there on it for the stencil part of it, but... And this one I didn't use, because it's a little too static for my taste, but in the right situation, that's a very pretty dahlia. What have we here? Oh, yes, you bent back. Oh, goodness. Okay, a lovely rose, as you can see. So for the bits that I use, and use frequently, you can see that it was well worth $10. These have been used. I don't remember when or where, but definitely. And another one of those, and I might, no, this is different. And I might have, and I cut some out, so they had a purpose. And yes, I used part on two different projects. I used this on one thing and this on another. Well, that's all, but that is certainly in the category if the studio was on fire. And I just had a few minutes to grab. These would probably be under my arm, because they are, they're definitely useful. Whoops. Just have to lay them flat and be careful of them. That's about the only thing that I have to say about the cardboard, because it works beautifully over and over again. You can cut it out and use it for other projects. I'll leave that there. And let's have a look at today's project. Backgrounds. And I think our next background, I'll leave that one alone for a while. Oh, this might be a fun one to do next. Okay. If you have enjoyed today's visit, please consider giving me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Bye now.